What up, Laker Nation? Today I want to get into a few things. It's really not Laker related. I want to talk about how the NBA right now is watered down, and I'm really not feeling the NBA too much. With the rest, these players resting today, and they whole mentality, the approach of the game. I really don't like it right now. And also with the this Hall of Fame selection, how certain players get picked for the Hall of Fame. Now I want to get into Tracy McGrady. I like Tracy McGrady personally. I think he's a good player. Good. He had a good career. Um, he's fabulous on the court, and I definitely think, he definitely had Hall of Fame potential. But me personally, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. Because when I was a little kid, I was told when I went to the Hall of Fame with my basketball team, we was like 12, I think 12 years old when we visited the Hall of Fame, and the NBA guys who worked there, was talking to us, and they're basically telling us what it takes to be a Hall of Famer. For the my understanding as a 12-year-old, this is many years ago, it was told to me that you had to basically give like 8 dominant years, at least 8 dominant years. Longevity was important in the Hall of Fame. Longevity, at least 8 dominant years, and they also said, especially in the playoffs, like you have to have like historical moments and playoffs and things like that. So, with that said, now going to Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady played like 15 years in the NBA, right? He played in 50 playoff games. In 15 years, 50 playoff games. And out the 50 playoff games, basically that just take away 6, so 12. That leave us to like 38 games. Because he played 6 games with San Antonio at the end of his career. He's the 15th man on the team. So that pretty much don't count. He didn't even average a point that series. And he played 6 games with the Hawks. Another one, he averaged 2 points a game in that series. So if you just take away them last two playoff series, those 6 games apiece from Atlanta and San Antonio, that leave us with 38 games. And now the first three, he wasn't the man on the team. The first 3 games he played with Toronto, Vince was the man. They had veterans like Oakley, I think Antonio Davis. But he was basically a young guy coming up. He played solid, averaged 16 points that playoff series. Then he went to 3 games. Now let's talk about the in between that time. Tracy McGrady never played in more than 7 playoff games in a season. No more than 7. So that means they basically lost in the first round. Maybe like second, because back in the days the playoffs was 3 games you can advance. So maybe he won 3 and got swept. I don't know, but it was 7 games. The most playoff games he played in one season was 7 games. He played that like 2 or 3 times, I think. And so I say that to say this, 38 games out of 15 years as a great player, where's the winning? And I know he's a fantastic scorer and things like that, but I don't see him as a Hall of Famer. When you think Hall of Fame, you think of greats. You look at playoff moments. You go back and be like, damn, like guys who did it again and again, who came up big. That's in case I feel a guy like Robert Horry could make the playoffs. He has a lot of Hall of Fame. Had a lot of big moments in the playoffs, and it's like I disagreed with Ralph Sampson. I never understood how he made the Hall of Fame, but it was told to me that most of us is college, because Ralph Sampson only had 3 good professional years in the league. His first 3 years in the league, that was his best, and he didn't play many playoffs games either. He had that one shot against the Lakers, that tap in, as far as that's his moment. But Hall of Fame, like I said, is watered down. They counting his college stats where he was a dominant player in college. But I feel college shouldn't have nothing to do with it. If it is, it should be a mixture of both. Like you should be dominant in college and pro, at least close. Now, let's say if Trace McGrady had Sampson college, he was dominant. Like Samson was in college, and like this say he won a national title. And then okay, maybe I can see it because they said college counts, but Trace McGrady didn't go to college, and he was never dominant in no playoff series like time after time and time, no historical moments. Like I say, it had to be longevity guys who constant in the playoffs, who may play 7 games ain't nothing. That's basically be one round, the first round. So as far as Ralph Sampson, I still don't see it. That's the case. I feel he only had 7,000 NBA points. Maybe they should change the system, and that's the case. I feel a guy like Leitner could have. Leitner had maybe like 12,000 NBA points. Leitner won a championship with Miami. I know he wasn't the man, but Leitner was a dominant, one of the best college players ever. So, like I said, it's the system I really don't like. I don't like all this resting these guys, this mentality right now. These players have all this clicking up, being friends, and this a lot right now. Just drop my, see what you guys think about this Trace McGrady, Hall of Fame thing. Like I said, I like him as a player. I think he was a beast, but I'm just calling how I call it, and people on TV not gonna really say much about it because, like I said, he working in TV right now, so they're not gonna be too critical of him. Not that I'm critical, but I just don't see it, you know. And what I was told as a kid, the standards, the criteria is to be in the Hall of Fame players. So, peace out. Subscribe. Check out my videos. Leave a comment. I'm gonna see what you guys think.